On today's video, I'm simply going to be creating a bridal look on this gorgeous model. I've been doing a series with dark-skinned ladies recently and I've absolutely loved it. If you want to know how to create this glowy bridal skin-like finish, keep watching till the end. We're delving straight into business using Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water to cleanse the skin. And then I'm using my bedescu right after to hydrate her skin. I then remembered quickly that I wanted to wear contact lenses just to add a little more fun to the look, and as soon as I wore it, I went on with what I was doing. I applied my bedescu on the skin. You already know that it gives a very nice glow to the skin. Make sure you use your fan each time you do the application. All the brushes I'm going to be using on today's video are from my Sylvi brush set, and I just need you to know that this brush set has 32 brushes. I think it's perfect for beginners and everyone else who wants to have almost all brushes in just one set. To moisturize her skin, I'm using my Blossom Makeup Moisturizer. I've been using this moisturizer now for almost a year and I have absolutely enjoyed this moisturizer. Then to moisturize underneath her eye, I'm using my Ole Hendrickson Banana Bright Eye Cream. Very solid eye cream. Everything has scraped off the bottle. That's why you guys couldn't see it, but the exact spelling and everything will be in the description box below. Now let's go to primer. We're using the Power Grip Primer from Blossom Makeup. It is the Moist Essence Primer, so it is moisturizing and hydrating, and it has a very strong grip on the skin. When I used this primer and I used e.l.f. on the other side for one of my looks, I realized that the grip from this primer was even stronger, so it really made me love the product. Any primer that gives you a strong grip, you already know what that grip is for. It is so that you can always easily get a 24 to 48 hour long wear application, because that's the reason why it has that grip. It's going to hold on to all the products that will be applied. Next product to apply is the Blossom Lip Oil. Everyone that I have plugged to this lip oil has loved it. It smells amazing and it actually hydrates the lip for the entire day. The only, downside is that I always have to clean it off before I apply my lip application, but I always want to leave the lips really hydrated until then, so that in case the lip is peeling or there is one issue or the other, it would perform the treatment before its time. Now this is the result of my skin prep with Blossom Makeup. You can see how hydrating the entire face looks. These are my Blossom foundation suggestions for today's look. I know that you may think they are very similar and they are one and the same, but they are not. First one I applied was Coco Pops. The rest of the shades will be in the description, don't worry, in the order in which I applied them. The next one I think is Toffee. We're just applying each one to find her exact shade. When it comes to foundation selection, I really do not play, and I always teach foundation selection in depth in all my classes. So my honest recommendation is that you make sure that you are present at any of my classes. I'll teach you how to select foundations easily and to match the face to the entire body. So I'm going to be cleaning off the shades that do not match, and I'm going to be using the one that directly matches her skin. The exact shade will be in the description box, and I love the fact that the Blossom foundations have such a wide shade range for black skin, and they really took black girls into consideration because all the shades are fantastic. So I'm going to be using that shade right there, which was the second to the last one that I applied. I'm simply shifting it on the skin, and you can see that it definitely looks like second skin. It is her exact skin match. So we're going to be applying that on the skin. I have recently fallen in love with using brushes to do my foundation application, so everything is just looking so fantastic. Now I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury spray to lock everything into the skin. It's important that you lock your foundation application. If you want that long wear, very long lasting makeup, you have to lock almost every step so that makeup can really hold on the skin. This is the brush I'm going to be using from my Sylvi brush set to apply contour on the skin. And for contour, I think I'm going to choose Nutmeg on her skin. You can see that depth is there and my contour is really showing the way that I want it to. So of course I'll be doing my cheekbones, my forehead, my chin. I'm going to be doing a proper sculpt on her skin. For blush application, this is my Rare Beauty blush, and the exact shade is going to be in the description box below. Of course, I'm using my Sylvi blush brush to tap this blush on the high point of the cheekbones on both sides. So I'm going to do way less on the eyes and the lips. I want the skin to speak. That's the entire concept that I'm going for. My concealer is Natasha Denona. This is one of my favorite brands right now for concealer. Absolutely love these concealers. The exact shade will be in the description box. I'm applying in the inner and outer corner of the eye and every other place that I want to really highlight: forehead, nose, cupid's bow, and then the chin. For blending, of course, I'm using my Sylvi brush to blend. I love to use the angled ones to blend my concealer. It just makes it very easy for my concealer to look perfectly blended. If you are in Paris or anywhere around Paris in Europe, make sure that you attend Dilo Paris. Dilo Paris is a workshop holding in Paris this August. It was meant to hold in July, but we postponed the class and now it is holding in August from the 3rd to the 5th. It is going to be a very, very intense workshop. So if you want to know how to do all of these things, make sure that you attend Dilo Paris. Make sure you don't make excuses. I must see you there. Dilo Paris is in about 2 weeks, so I can't wait to see you all there. Now I'm going to use my contour brush from the same brush set to snatch the nose. I'm using the same Nutmeg foundation from Blossom Makeup. I always snatch the nose from the eyebrows and then come down. This is my one size setting powder, Ultra Peach. I'm going to be using this to set her face. Now, most of you must be shocked. Why am I not using a yellow setting powder? Truth is, I'm trying to break off from the shackles of using a yellow setting powder on dark skin. I don't want my under eye to give that yellow vibe. I'm trying to shift away from that and go in with a more peachy neutral undertone for my under eye when working on dark skin. So to achieve that, this is basically what I do. It comes from the selection of my setting powders in order to tone down whatever warmth that may have come from my concealer, so that when I apply it, it would just be neutral and peach in undertone. All these things, you know, might look technical, but if you attend any of my courses, you would have a proper grasp really of how this entire technique actually works. It's important that you use pressed powder on top of your setting powder because your setting powders are never strong enough to last on their own, which is why I'm using my Sylvi MAC pressed powder just to go over my setting powder so that it can smoothen out and also give strength to my setting powder. I absolutely love the Sylvi MAC powders. They are very, very matte. They soak in oil quickly. It gives a very long wear application, and it also has a very nice shade range. So you want to check them out if you don't have any and purchase. The exact shades that I'm using will be in the description box. This is the old Sylvi MAC 6-in-1 palette. I absolutely love this palette, and I'm going to be using these two shades right there that I touched all over her skin in conjunction with the other powder that you just saw. Just because I'm trying to match her skin, I don't want my powder to make her brighter than she normally is. So after doing my dry contour, I'm now going to go to Annie's Beauty, my perfect blush palette. I think this is the newly released one, and it has deeper shades for deeper skin tones, which I really appreciate. So I took that vibrant pink shade and applied it on top of the cheekbone right there. The brush I'm using makes this application very easy. This is my Sylvi MAC brush. Perfect. You can see the result is absolutely stunning. I'm going to use my spray now to lock everything in, but you can see that everything is already looking quite skin-like. So don't depend on your spray to give you a skin-like finish. Try your best to achieve a skin-like finish with your application, so that when you use a spray, it's only going to be a plus. Now I'm just going to bake with very little powder before going in with my lip liner from Wynkk Beauty. I think this is in the shade After Hours. I'm going to just use this to line her lips. I will tone down the liner because I don't want the lip lining to be too dark. I'm trying to go for something really soft, both on the eyes and on the lips. Time for eyeshadow. I'm simply going to use two Annie's Beauty eyeshadows here. The first one is my Meet the Browns. Of course, I can't do without using Meet the Browns. The second one is my Smokey palette. So watch me use these two palettes to create this soft bridal look. I'm going to first of all take that brown shade right there. I think I want to use the orange undertone that shade has, which is why I'm going to be applying it as my first shade, blending around in circular motions. Then off to my Smokey palette to select this gray shade to apply on the eyelid, just so that it can soften and tone down the entire eyeshadow. You can see that the brown that I used was very soft. I didn't want the brown to be too dark. We're not doing depth here today. We're doing soft. So I'm just going to simply blend this out. Now I'm just going to use a deep shade just to lift the edges of the eye just a little bit on both sides. And this is the result of doing that. You can see her turning side to side. You can see that depth, just very tiny, just so that I could achieve a very minimal lift. Now I'm going to be using my Inglot gel liner in the waterline. I was torn in between using brown or using black, and then I decided everything is already soft. I might as well just use black, just to give a little bit of intensity to my lining game. Now it's time for brows. I know I promised you guys an eyebrow tutorial. Just bear with me. I have so much going on. I will still drop that tutorial on this channel. Just make sure that you are here. Make sure that you are locked in. My eyebrow technique is a little bit technical, but I'm sure that when I drop the tutorial, you have a better understanding and a better grasp. But I decided to just film a little bit of it for you guys today so that you could just see something, just a little something for you guys to see today. I'm using Lash at First Sight. This lash tray is absolutely fantastic. I selected that very short style there. I think it's called Locks, and the lash glue I'm using is from Wynkk Beauty. Guys, the Wynkk Beauty lash glues are the best. They are very strong. If you are still using bonding glues to fix lashes, please stop that and use the Wynkk Beauty eyelash glues. You will thank me. They are very strong, okay? Stop using bonding glues on your client's eyes. You're you're only harming them and you have no idea. Now we can do our finishing. You can see how soft this look is. I told you guys that it was going to be really soft. I'm so glad. I love the result. It looks absolutely stunning. She doesn't look overly done, and this is what I like to achieve when some brides ask for looks like this. And I always want to let my brides know that I can do all things. I can do whatever. If you want to go hard, I'll go hard with you. If you want something soft, skin-like, I'm definitely there with you. That's my Chanel glow stick right there that I applied. And I decided to intensify the blush on her cheeks just so that I could add more statements to the skin, since the eyes and the lips are very neutral. So I applied my Fenty highlighters everywhere, cheekbones and everywhere else. And then I'm applying a little bit of that Chanel glow stick on top of it so that the skin can really glow. So this is how I achieve my dewy finish. I wanted to use Charlotte Tilbury, then I changed it to Morphe. I decided to use Morphe instead, locking everything in right now. After glossing the lip, it's important to use a finishing spray, which is why I grabbed my Sylvi Max spray. It's a perfect spray. It really keeps the skin intact the whole day. So guys, just take a look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use my Wynkk Beauty mascara now to enhance her bottom lashes. The result is absolutely stunning. The bridal hairstylist did an amazing job here. Her handle on Instagram is LSH Beauty Hub, and she did a fantastic job. Brides, you guys need to book her. She will slay your hair for your wedding. This is the finished look. I hope you guys love it. I wanted to show you how I create very soft looks. You know, not every time hard. Sometimes you have to go really soft. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and I will be there waiting for you. I hope you guys love this look. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.